Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. You know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. But I'm not scared of being the competition. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team. They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't. All of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my p in front of all my people at my agency. I told him no. What y'all do?
Katt Williams seems to have stirred the pot by talking about some suspicious details about Oprah. Now, there is news going around that Oprah's not taking it lightly, issuing a stern warning to Katt. Some people even suggest things have escalated to the point where Katt is receiving anonymous death threats, with suspicions pointing toward Oprah's direction. So, let's find out what actually happened between the two. Katt Williams' recent interview on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharpe has shocked the world, accumulating nearly 40 million views since its airing several days ago. The 3-hour conversation on January 3rd didn't shy away from the controversial, as Williams fearlessly explored his upbringing, decades-long career, and even his clashes with other big-name comedians.
The next one, sir. Yeah, that's the real beauty of travel.
Right.
That's why most people don't have the empathy and the sympathy that they need to have for other people. It's because they haven't seen other people.
Right.
Like if you went to Ireland and you saw what them people was like, and you went to Sweden and saw what them people was like, if you really went to Africa and you really saw what the people was like, you went to Haiti, you went to Puerto Rico, if you really traveled across the country, you would see that all people is the same. It's way more people that's good than the fucked up individuals you seeing. And if you understood that, it would change everything. So I don't have any favorites in the world just because every place is dealing with their own issues, their own troubles. All places look better than they actually are for the people that live there. And it's always a difference between what it seems like
And what it actually
and what it is like. People will tell you, I went to Paris. I was there at the Eiffel Tower. Bitch, you had bed bugs.
According to 50 Cent, Oprah Winfrey has a history of throwing black artists under the bus. Toni Braxton, known for not easily forgiving and forgetting, recalled a 1998 sit-down with Oprah where she was criticized for her spending habits. Lady O took Braxton to task for her irresponsible spending habits, which finally led to her bankruptcy filing years later. She was so frickin' mean to me, I was in shock, Braxton recounted in a taped segment for the music series Behind the Music. I couldn't believe it because I loved her so much. She pretty much reprimanded me. As Braxton remembers it, Winfrey's shaming of her didn't end there. Oprah reportedly told Toni, "I hear you have Gucci flatwear. I'm Oprah Winfrey, and I don't have Gucci flatwear." Squeezing her thumb and forefinger together, the Braxton family values star added, "She made me feel this big." Toni Braxton isn't the only one to call out Oprah for questionable interview behavior. Supermodel Cindy Crawford accused Oprah of treating her like chattel and prying into personal details about her marriage with Richard Gere on air. These incidents have cast doubt on Oprah's image as a savior and humanitarian, triggering an online backlash. Accusations of hypocrisy, bias, manipulation, and exploitation of others' struggles now surround the media mogul, challenging her once pristine reputation.
Yeah.
Katt, you are definitely one of the most controversial comedians in the game.
Thank you.
What is like the craziest
Is he
thing?
more controversial than Richard Pryor?
For
Nope.
this time he is, for this
Okay.
era.
Okay, talk to me.
Which
She would know.
is the most outrageous thing you've heard about yourself, true or false, in media, whatever, that was just like, wow.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Please, oh, please.
Okay, so technically the story doesn't have anything to do with me.
Okay.
Because I've never been the funniest person on the planet at any point. So now, it doesn't matter if people have a different opinion, and it doesn't matter if my fans think differently. They're biased. They should think differently. Mm-hmm. But now, Dave Chappelle has always been funnier than me. And Chris Rock has always been funnier than me. I've always been aware of who was funnier than me. I've just also been aware of who wasn't. So now,
even Taraji P. Henson isn't holding back, and the fans are supporting her latest news on the harsh realities faced by Black women in the entertainment industry. The actress has kindled a firestorm by shedding light on the persistent pay gap and challenging work conditions she's endured on set. According to Henson, industry pay disparities are just the tip of the iceberg, highlighting the systematic unfair treatment Black women entertainers routinely face. Now, she's exposing the toll this industry has taken on her mental health. Henson talked during an emotional Sirius XM radio panel interview with Gayle King on December 19, 2023, sparking a chorus of fellow actors validating her experiences. Sitting next to the film's director and leading stars, Henson said she's tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, and getting paid a fraction of the cost. Taraji P. Henson is no stranger to airing her grievances about her paycheck. This time, she's revisiting an old wound. Back in 2019, she spilled the tea on the less than satisfactory $100,000 she pocketed for her role in David Fincher's The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, where she shared the screen with heavyweights Brad Pitt and Cate Blanchett. Not one to stay silent, Henson flexed her negotiation skills, pushing her salary up to $150,000. But let's not forget, this was still a far cry from the cool $500,000 she boldly demanded. "I asked for $500,000, that's it," Henson vented. "I want to make this very clear. I'm not saying that Brad or Cate shouldn't have gotten what they got," Henson told Variety at the time. "They put asses in seats, so give them their money. They deserve it. I'm not saying they shouldn't get what they're getting. I was just asking for $500,000. That's all. That's it. When I was doing Benjamin Button, I wasn't worth $1 million yet. My audience was still getting to know me. We thought we were asking for what was fair for me at the time." Through some cunning negotiating, no-nonsense diva Taraji P. Henson was able to win a $150,000 paycheck, a far cry from her initial goal of $500,000. Do you recall when her exceptional performance earned her an Oscar nomination?
Taraji P. Henson, the Oscar-nominated actress who played the role of Shug Avery in the recently released musical film The Color Purple, has accused Oprah Winfrey, the producer of the film, of undervaluing her and paying Black actors peanuts. Taraji, who has starred in several high-grossing movies, said that she was tired of working hard and being gracious at what she does, only to receive a fraction of the cost compared to Oprah Winfrey and other white actors. Taraji revealed that she almost walked away from the Color Purple movie because of the low salary offer. In 2017, Taraji also revealed in her memoir that she was paid the equivalent of sofa change compared to Oprah and other white actors in the film The Butler. Taraji wrote that she felt gutted when she learned that Oprah, who was also a producer on the film, did not advocate for her to receive a fair salary.
It's mind-boggling that even someone of her caliber faces racial hurdles in the industry. Now, imagine the grind for newcomers trying to break in. There is news circulating accusing Oprah, a prominent figure in the Black community, of contributing to discrimination between Black and white actors. But why hasn't Taraji called out Oprah directly? Well, dropping names could be a career-ending move. Just look at what happened to the Oscar-winning Mo'Nique. Mo'Nique, the comedian and Oscar winner, is exposing everything ahead of her upcoming Netflix comedy special. The precious star is revisiting her standing in Hollywood, particularly concerning her relationship with Oprah Winfrey. Do you remember that Mo'Nique had previously accused both Oprah and Tyler Perry some years back of spreading rumors about her being difficult to work with when she opted out of the Oscars campaign press for Precious. This move didn't sit well with director Lee Daniels, leading to a fallout that she eventually patched up last year. The fallout also prompted opinions from other heavyweights like Tyler Perry and Oprah, making Monique feel blackballed in the industry. Monique talked about her rude and selfish encounter with Oprah, revealing that she got a half-baked apology from the TV icon in 2014. The awkward reunion went down at a bash celebrating Lupita Nyong'o, marking the first time the feuding duo shared the same space since Oprah aired Monique's family drama on her show. So previously, Oprah showcased Monique's brother and parents, especially the one who confessed to abusing her during their childhood. But with Monique's fame peaking post-Oscars, Winfrey called her to inform her that her brother had called her and he wanted to come on the show to let her know how parents can watch out for predators, Monique says. She then said, "Do you want to come on the show because he wants to apologize to you?" I said, "Oprah, I don't want no part of that." As a result of their appearance, Monique tried to get in contact with Oprah again to express her hurt and betrayal, but it was to no avail.
I looked to Oprah Winfrey and I said, "You know, you and I need to have this conversation. Why would you have my mother on your show?"
This is from...
In front of everyone. So for all the women that were there, the one thing, people can say I'm loud, they can say I'm tactless, they can say I'm overbearing, as Oprah Winfrey has considered me, but what they've never said is she's a liar. Ain't nobody ever said Monique is lying. So for all them women that was there that night, they know exactly what was said. And I said to her, "How could you have my mother on your show? That's not what we discussed. And you don't understand what I've had to walk through since you've had my mother on your show." See, I got to deal with women coming up to me in the Walmart saying, "Monique, your mama ain't shit." I got to deal with that. Now I got to defend. They ain't lying, but I still got to defend it because that's my mother. Okay, Daddy, but that's the truth. But I still got to defend it. You don't understand what position you put me in doing that. So now this is my moment to talk to you. And what she did was took the cowardly way out. I won't call her a coward. I'll say it was cowardly, but it was okay. And she said, "If you think I did something wrong, I want to apologize." And what my husband taught me a long time ago, an apology is not something that you think you need to give. If somebody else think you need to give it, it's what you feel. So she came off like Mother Earth that she is. "If you think I did something wrong." No, Oprah, it ain't what I think. You did do something wrong. You maliciously, and you had full intentions of having my parents on your show and not saying anything to me. Was that for ratings?
It seemed like she exploited the situation.
Were you just exploiting me? There are some sisters in this business that are bout it. Regina King was there that night. Angela Bassett was there that night. Lynn Whitfield was there that night. Kerry Washington was there that night. There are some sisters that are truly bout it because they sat back in those chairs. And they were looking like, what we know Monique ain't doing is lying. That's what we know she ain't doing. So when it comes to Oprah Winfrey, let me be clear so people, I'm a little black fat girl from Baltimore, Maryland. And I saw this fat black woman on a TV show called People Are Talking. That was a local show. And she had big shoulders and a big bush and big feet like me. And I said, wow, when I grow up, that's what I want to do. And then we took a field trip to that studio. And I hugged that woman. And I said, when I grow up, Miss Winfrey, I want to do what you do. And she said, you know, you got to work really hard. So the day I walked out on that stage to the Oprah Winfrey show, and I was promoting Roscoe Jenkins. And after that show, that woman hugged me and said, when I look at you, I ain't doing nothing but looking at me. And then when I remind her that that's what she said to me, she says, oh, I say that to everybody.
But Hollywood elites like Oprah are unstoppable, and they can destroy careers and lives in a matter of time. So now you know what would happen if Taraji ever collected the guts to speak up directly against these Hollywood elites. Over a decade has passed since Monique's Oscar win, and her career hasn't reached the heights it should have. Blame is squarely placed on Oprah, who seems to have played a major role in hindering Monique's success. Surprisingly, Monique is still demanding a public apology from Oprah and Tyler Perry. And you won't believe that more Black celebrities join the ranks of those allegedly mistreated by Oprah. Did you know that Taraji P. Henson's co-stars, including the talented Fantasia Barrino and the incredible Hal Bailey, weren't paid their due by Oprah? Those who expose Oprah's alleged dirty deeds seem to be targeted, as seen with 50 Cent. In his book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, the rapper reveals that he intentionally became enemies with Oprah after she criticized his lyrics on her talk show. Despite initially aspiring to be on Oprah's show to showcase his success, she publicly labeled his lyrics as misogynist and accused him of glorifying gun violence, leading to a rift between the two. This sheds light on a pattern of Oprah responding strongly to those who challenge or criticize her. She was completely against everything that was in my music, Jackson told The Guardian. So she ain't never gonna have me on that show. I'm never gonna reach that platform, which is confirmation of you being a huge success. So I just said, okay, if we can't be friends, then at least let's be enemies. Afterward, Jackson named his dog after the veteran star and told the press that her fans were exclusively elderly white women. Katt Williams has already made us aware that Hollywood elites are involved with a secret group called the Illuminati.
Katt Williams, Black Tree. Take one up one.
There was a recent controversy online. I know you don't spend all your time online about Kevin Hart wearing a dress in the SNL skit. And Dave Chappelle spoke about that as a comedian. Black actors are always, being asked to wear dresses. Have you ran into that? And what do you think about that whole Illuminati theory that people put out there about that?
Well, thanks for that softball question. It's two answers. First of all, let's be very, very clear. It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress. Okay, well, I watched all of my friends throughout my entire life be able to dunk a basketball, but not me. So everybody can't do everything. So, some of us make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice for others. I'm saying at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we had Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. End quote.
We all love Dave Chappelle.
Exactly. Dave Chappelle has never been a part of the Illuminati. They don't want him or me or people like us.
Yeah.
But now it's not necessary for us to stir up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung 1,000,000 times. I didn't understand that. They had to sting me 1,000,000 times.
Right.
I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little more.
All right. How do you handle that? Because they put your name in the press with a lot of rumors and a lot of situations that they try to put on Katt Williams. Do you feel ever the need to, I got to go defend this and put out a story about who I am, or do you just let that kind of roll off your back when
Well, as you can see, I've let it all go for quite some time, and a lot of that is just based upon the fact that I don't really know how to complain because all of the people that I ever looked up to had...
Not only do the elites force black actors to do racist roles, but they also take their dignity. Even Marlon Wayans shares his thoughts on the black men putting on a dress conversation. You talking to a black man that put on a dress? I don't know. That conversation to me is silly because it's a negative thing that is only in black people. Wyans explained, "We have, for some reason, been programmed to look down on the craziest parts of our experience. So, what do you think about Oprah Winfrey and her threats to go after people?"